Well, I stopped for a rest. I was going to make some hot tea, but I don't feel like getting everything out. I'm really cold, but my hands are really cold. I should have brought some gloves. It's weird. It hasn't been this cold this late in March in a long time. But I figured this would be a nice spot for a swamp talk. And I've been reading this book, The Tao of Pooh, and I love it. It's basically an allegory of the Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu, who came up with the philosophy known as Taoism. And it uses the characters in Winnie the Pooh to explain the aspects of Taoism. But Taoism is all about harmony. And if you're not familiar with it, that famous yin and yang symbol is part of it. It reflects a lot on how you can find truth in nature. A lot of ways how the American transcendentalists like Henry David Thoreau and Ralph Waldo Emerson looked at life like that too, in the early Republic of America during what was called the American Renaissance in the early 1800s. But it's really cool. I'm really enjoying reading it, and it makes a lot of sense to me. It talks about how humans have, when they get away from nature and natural laws, it never ends well. That everything in nature has a purpose, and it's a natural flow because nature follows natural laws. And when man and humans interfere with that, it only ends up in disaster. And we need to realize that we're part of nature. No matter how much we want to control it or destroy it, we're part of nature. And nature needs to be protected. And we need to go back to it and reconnect with it. It's so important. It's such a big part of our being that we tend to ignore and think we're better than nature. And that never ends well. So, if you're interested, it's a really cool book, The Tao of Pooh. I'm really enjoying it. And it's always good to have harmony in nature. If you have harmony in nature, that's always good medicine. So that's my swamp talk for today. Well, it's time, once again, to leave the harmony and balance of the natural world and nature and re-enter the insanity that is called human civilization. But it's always good to reconnect with the natural world.